Hi, my name is Andrea Rice, and I'm a junior at the University of Iowa majoring in elementary education, and I came in through the NACE program. All of my life, I started kindergarten pretty young and have always been in advanced classes and just never really thought anything about it until I decided to come here a year early. And then it was just it wasn't really that weird for me as far as the work and everything. It was more work, but it wasn't too hard. The weirdest part for me was being so much younger than everybody else, and my birthday is always during the first week of school, but I would never want to tell people how old I was turning. But the acceleration itself, wasn't hard. I guess that would be the biggest problem was the social problems, and it wasn't really that big of a deal adapting socially. I've always been very independent, and I was always just didn't like that I had to rely on all these adults when I knew I could take care of myself and everything. And I was just ready to come to college. I was taking the classes in high school that you're required to take, but most of them weren't that interesting, and they were just required to graduate. So it was just kind of nice to be able to come here and take what I wanted to take and study what I wanted to learn more about. My brother was kind of surprised. He's 5 years older than me, and he always just, I don't know, he knew I was smart, but I don't think he realized that I could come to college a year early, so he was kind of surprised. But my parents said that they expected it all along as soon as we heard about the NACE program. And they were really supportive. My entire family is very supportive, and they don't make a big deal out of it. They just accepted it right away, which is really nice because I think if they emphasized it a lot, it would be more embarrassing. And my friends, I don't know, they thought it was pretty cool that I was coming here early, and I was able to give them all sorts of advice about coming to college. At my high school that I actually was attending when I applied for the NACE program, one of my counselors was the woman in charge of making sure I did all this stuff to graduate, and she didn't really know what to do with the NACE program, and they didn't really communicate very well. My principal didn't even realize I was going to the NACE program until I was already here, and my mother contacted him about something. So, but the woman who did work with me, she was very supportive. She just didn't know how to do it, but they didn't try and stop me or anything at all. They were all really proud of me. I remember one of them, I told her I was going to be gone to come do my interview, and she announced it to the whole class. And they said that they thought it was a great experience for me and thought I was ready. I don't really think so. I would have definitely done NACE. I wouldn't ever take that back. And I met the greatest people and had such a good, with the seminar we had to take, it was really, a nice, slow introduction to university life and everything like that. I think if I would have just come on my own and been thrown into it, it might have been a bit overwhelming. I know I matured a lot, and I think I've earned more respect from older family members in that way and from my friends, and I've definitely benefited from the educational experience because I would have just kind of wasted a year going through the motions of high school, and instead I got to jump right in and take all sorts of interesting classes that I don't know if I would have taken otherwise. And now I've had more time to think about what I'm going to do with school, and since I'll be graduating so early, it's not that big of a deal for me if I don't graduate on time because I will be so young. I would say to go for it. I was pretty scared moving away from my parents and my friends and everything, but it actually turned out really well. So I would say if you have any inkling to do it at all, you should go for it.